Hey everyone, and welcome to Time Traveler's Week 1 Deep Dive. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is create a new sprite. To do that, we're going to go to the bottom right-hand corner with the cat head with the plus sign. When you hover over it, it'll say Choose a Sprite. Also, a toolbar will appear. I want you guys to click on the paintbrush. This will create a new sprite called Sprite 1. Then what I want you guys to do is right underneath the game window, it'll say Sprite and Sprite 1. Highlight Sprite 1 that's inside this little bubble, and we can change the name of it here. And we want to change it to Start Screen. Again, that's going to be Start Screen. And then once you guys have done that, what you guys want to do is we're going to click on the rectangle tool. This is the one that looks like the little square. And then you're going to click on the fill tool to change the color. So we're going to make a background, so choose a color that you want to be as the background. I'm going to go with like a light blue, and I'm going to make a really large square that will cover up the entire screen. Once I've created my square, what I want to do next is click on the T for text, and then change the color to black just by sliding the brightness bar. And then I'm going to click where it says Sans Serif. This is also on the fill line. And then I'm going to change the text font. I'm going to pick curly. And then I'll click somewhere on the rectangle and begin to type. So I'll type Time Travelers, because that's the name of our game. And then I'm going to stretch it out to make it much bigger. There we go. And now I have my title. And I can see that on the game screen where it's centered, so I can just move it around until I see on the game screen that it is centered. And then I just want to move it down because it's kind of, the knife counter and level part's kind of blocking it. There we go. So now I have it right where I want it to be. After I've done that, what I want to do is go click on the dartboard sprite at the bottom right hand corner. And then I want to copy it. So I'm going to click on the select tool. And then I can click copy. I don't have to highlight anything. If you just click copy, it'll copy anything inside of the sprite. And then we're going to go back to the start screen, and I'm going to paste in my dartboard, and I'm going to shrink it down, and I'm going to move it over. There we go. Once I have my dartboard in, I'm going to go ahead and go down to the bottom right hand corner and click on the knife sprite. And then I'm going to copy it and go back to the start screen sprite and paste it in. So again, all I did was copy the dartboard and the knife and paste them onto the start screen sprite. And then I'm going to rotate the knife just by grabbing this little handle. Looks like a little anchor. And I'm going to turn it so that way I can put the knife inside the dartboard like so. And I can click copy and then paste, and I can create multiple of these knives. There we go. So I just have a couple knives being thrown at the dartboard, and then the word Time Travelers for my start screen. So go ahead and take some time now to decorate your start screen. Make sure you guys pause the video here and resume when you guys are ready. Once you guys are done decorating your start screen, go ahead and go to the top left-hand corner and click on Code. And then we're going to go ahead and add some code by clicking on Events and grab When Green Flag Clicked and drag it into the white space. So it doesn't matter where you guys drag it into the white space, just anywhere will be fine. Then we're going to go to Looks and go to Show and attach Show to When Green Flag Clicked. Then we're going to go to Motion and grab Go to X and Y. Then we're going to go back to Looks and grab Go to Front Layer. So this will be down a little bit. You might have to scroll down. And then lastly, we're going to grab Go Forward One Layer and attach it to the bottom of Go to Front Layer. So this is the code for the first block. So if you guys need to, pause the video here and resume when you guys are ready. So when you guys have this. What we're going to go ahead and do is just where it says Go Forward One Layer, we're going to change that to 100. And then we're going to change the X to 0 and this Y to 0. So all we did was change these two numbers to 0, and then change this go forward to 100 layers instead of 1. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is go to Events and grab When I Receive and drag it into the white space. And where it says Next Level, make sure it just says Start Game. Then we're going to go to Looks and grab Hide and attach it to the bottom of When I Receive Start Game. And then this is all the code that there is for the Start Screen sprite. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is click on our play button, and we should be under the code for the play button, and you'll find a block of code that says when green flag is clicked. What we want to go ahead and do is go to Looks on the left hand side and scroll down until we find Go to Front Layer and attach it to the bottom of Show. Then we're going to grab Go Forward 1 Layer and attach to the bottom of Go to Front Layer and change the 1 to 105. So again, all we did was go to the play button and add Go to Front Layer, Go Forward 105 layers. Make sure you guys get this, and then when you do, go on to the next step. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is hover our mouse at the bottom right hand corner over the cat head with the plus sign. When you do, it'll say choose a sprite and a toolbar will appear. Click on the paintbrush. This will create a new sprite called Sprite 1, and we want to rename it. To do that, we go right next to where it says Sprite and Sprite 1 and highlight it, and we want to call it Start Directions Screen. So now that I've named this sprite Directions Screen, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm under the Costumes tab at the top left, and I'm going to select the square tool on the left hand side, and I'm going to pick a background color. To do that, I'm going to choose Fill. Right now it's set as purple, but I'm just going to drag it to like a light blue, I think. You guys could choose any color you guys would like. And then I'm going to draw a big square so it covers the entire screen. So it's big enough where it covers the entire game screen. You can't see anything on it anymore. Then what I want to do is click on Fill again, and at the top of Fill, you'll see there are 4 boxes, and I want to click the third box over, and this is going to be a fade effect, and I'm going to pick 2 colors to make it fade between. I do like that green, but I'm going to go with a lighter bluish green. So now I have a fade effect between these 2 colors. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and do is click on the T for Text tool, and I'm going to go to Fill, and I'm going to change the color to black by sliding the brightness all the way down to 0. And then I'm going to type on my screen Game Directions. And then I'm going to resize it. And then once I have it resized, I'm going to select the font. I like curly, so I'm going to use that. And then once I've typed Game Directions, I want to go ahead and type some more stuff. So I'm going to type 5 levels, and then I'm going to press Enter. And then I'm going to press Enter again. And then I'm going to type use the mouse to click on the screen to throw the knife. Then I'm going to press Enter down another 2 lines, and I'm going to type if you get 10 knives on the board, you'll move on to the next level. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this over and shrink it down just a little bit so it'll fit in my game screen. Actually, I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to press, after throw, I'm going to press Enter, and after on, I'll press Enter. So that way it'll just move down to the next line, and I'll just move this over a little bit. Next, what we want to do is go to the top left-hand corner and click on Code. And then we're going to go to Events on the left-hand side and grab When Green Flag Clicked and drag it into the white space. Then we're going to go to Looks on the left-hand side and grab Hide and attach it to When Green Flag Clicked. Then we're going to go to Front Layer and attach it to Hide. Then we'll grab Go Forward 1 layer, and instead of 1, it'll be 75. Next, we're going to go ahead and go to Events and grab When I Receive and drag it into our screen, place it in the white space. Instead of where it says Next Level, make sure it says Start Game. So it'll read When I Receive Start Game. Then we'll go to Looks and grab Show and attach it to When I Receive Start Game. Then we'll go to Events and grab When This Sprite Clicked. Then we'll go to Looks and put Hide under When This Sprite Clicked. So this is all the code for the game directions. If you guys would like to pause the screen here and then resume it when you guys are ready to go on to the next step. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is go down to the bottom right hand corner with the cat head and the plus sign is. We're going to click on the paintbrush to create a new sprite. Then we're going to go up to the top where it says Sprite and Sprite 1, and we're going to rename this sprite to End Screen. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is use the T for Text tool to type in the center of our screen, "You win." And we'll throw in some exclamation points in there. And then once I've typed that, I'm going to make this fairly large, so I'm going to drag it out to make it real big. There we go. And then once we have that, what we can do is use the brush tool and then click on Fill. And I'm going to change the color. And I'm just going to throw some style around my "You win" to add some emphasis on how awesome you are because you won the game. There we go. So you guys can really do whatever you guys want for this last part. Another cool idea is if you guys go to the knife sprite and click on it, and then make sure you guys have your select tool, which is the one that looks like the mouse cursor. Click copy, which will copy the entire knife, and then you go back to the end screen, and you can click paste, shrink down the knife, and put it over the eye. So drag it over top of the eye. So instead of the eye for "You win," it's a knife. See? Oops. And you can actually get rid of the eye by like deleting it and then just putting a space. There we go. And now the eye is a knife. So that's just like a little extra detail you guys can do. Feel free to use the paintbrush or the circle tool to add effect to something you guys want to do to your "You win" screen. Don't be afraid to do it, try something new if you guys want to. And as always, guys, have fun with creating this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.